Hi everybody, we're going to look at Lesson Planner today. I am going to be logging in as Steve Ziesenheim. So here is his page when you log in. We're going to go to Lesson Planning and we're going to look at the Lesson Planner. If you haven't looked at yours, you might be surprised to find that you have some things there that maybe you didn't do. Sometimes we're finding people from the county put it in. For example, Z found that this was here. I went ahead and clicked it. And there's a whole bunch of units, and as you click them, there's all different kinds of information. So to see if it's active, I'm going to go next to AP Stats and click Edit. You do have the option to delete it if it's something you don't want. But in the right-hand side, I'm going to scroll until I see Assign, Sections Assigned. Nobody has been assigned to this. Nobody can see it. Okay, so what I'm going to demonstrate is how to make a course plan. So I'm going to add a new course plan by clicking down here. The course plan catalog will show you basically your classes. We're going to do Honors Physics. Again, on the right-hand side, I am going to give it a title, Honors Physics. And I really am not using all this stuff in the middle. I'm really just going down to the bottom. Again, you can look at all that and make sure that it only gets assigned to Honors Physics, period 5. I'm going to create the course plan. Voila. So over here on the left, I now have Honors Physics. I can do some editing. I can add new lessons, which is a little bit like starting over. Starting and ending date, and that would be something I would have done at the beginning of the year. I'm going to look at File, Link, and Label. I'm going to start with Label, and I'm going to bring it here. Label gives you a nice little screen where you can basically label a section. So I'm going to make this some kind of header. There's all sorts of options here. There's a format. I'm going to make it a heading. Honors Physics. I'm going to center it. Now below that, I might want to put in some files. All right, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to drag a file. And it works just like any kind of uploader. I'm going to select a file. I'm going to select. I might have some things pop up here, but if you're starting fresh, you're just going to use this. And it looks just like the one you use when you add an assignment. So I'm going to select. And for today, I'm just going to go to my Dropbox and I'm going to pick up something from my physics. I don't like looking at it in this stage. There we go. Let's do something with waves. Again, you just find something and I'm just going to randomly pull up to do something here. There's something we're going to do this week on waves. There's an intro set of notes. Here's a set of notes. It happens to be a PDF. Open first. It's going to sit here. I'm going to click it. Now, in my file box down here in the blue, it says Wave Notes Intro. I'm still going to label it as Wave Notes Intro for myself. Okay, notes. Now, you can decide how you want this to stay. You want it to just be downloaded, you leave it like this, and you go up and hit Save. You do have to hit Save a lot. If you would like it to be embedded so the kids can just see it, it'll embed it if it's a PDF. If it's a Word document, they don't embed. So, I've made a title. I put in a handout. Let's see what link, okay? So let's just say I have some video that I want them to watch. I'm dragging link down, okay? And maybe I'm going to go over here to YouTube and I'm going to pick some video. Oh, here's some video. I don't really want to watch it, but just so you get the idea, I'm going to share it.
Waves transfer energy from one place to another.
Copy the link. Sorry, I'll stop.
You should already know how to describe them in terms of frequency, wavelength, and amplitude, which we...
Sorry about that. Okay, so share. Let's copy it. And in the lesson planner, I'm going to enter the web address here, just paste, and then clickable text that they would say, you know, whatever you want to call it, wave video. And I wouldn't embed. I haven't had luck with embedding the YouTube videos. They won't open in Focus. You want them to go to it. So I'm going to hit Save. So I put in one of the three of the things that you might have. So I'm going to go to the student preview. It will pop up in a new tab. You can see up here, so I'll be able to see. So this is what the kid sees. He's going to see, okay, Honors Physics, that was my label. He's going to see my notes. They're loading. And then he's going to come down here and see the wave video, which now they have to click because I didn't embed it. You can do any arrangement. So I'm going to close this student tab and it'll take me back to the lesson planner. some interesting little things. Let's just say I wanted to put a picture up here to make this look a little more jazzy. So I'm going to click, just like anything, a little picture icon. I'm going to upload one. So I'm going to choose, I have a wave picture on my desktop. Let's see, it's here somewhere. There's a wave picture right there. I'm going to open it. You have to send it to the server. You get a little preview. You can change its height and width by adjusting here and then just hit OK. And then my picture will show up. So if I look at the student preview, now they'll have a wave picture. You can jazz things up a little bit. And again, I would want to hit save to make sure that's all saved. So adding a picture, you can add it into all sorts of things. Let's say you decided that you wanted that video to be up before the notes. Well, there's these little arrows here, and they will just literally go up and down the screen. So that's an example of a label, a link, and a file, and how you can embed them in the student preview. I'm going to go ahead and change out, and this is again just demonstration. I'm going to go to my teacher page. You can see what mine actually looks like. Just give me a second while I reload, and then I'm going to show you what a student sees when they try to access the files. Okay, so let me get to my teacher page. I'm going to go to my lesson planner. I have AP Physics and I have Honors Physics, so they're both here. So let's take a look at Honors Physics, because that's the one I was showing you for Z. And again, some people will add new lessons here. That's not something I do. That's something a lot of other people in the business department. But you can see I put a label and I put physics class stuff. I have 4 files, one that's embedded as it's loading. And then I have magnetism notes. This is because we're online now. And again, some things are embedded. This is a doc. There's no option to embed it. And this week I expect to, and there's a link for a video. And any of these, if they're out of order, I just move them up. So as I start a new assignment, it's just a long running page, and then my new one. So I tend to clean this stuff up. You can see the student preview. It will not look as bad. It'll say physics stuff. So here's their things. Again, I don't have a lot of pictures and prettiness, but it's the same basic view. Again, those things are loading. I'm just scrolling so you get the idea. And then there's my wave picture and things that they're going to do this week. They can also always click and download all these. I'm going to go to a different browser for a second so you see a student's image. Okay, so I know poor Blake Campbell, he gets to be my example. So let's say you logged in as Blake. You're a student and you're like, where do I find this stuff? Well, we found that if you click on the class name, if someone is using the lesson planner, they get this, and then kids get a little confused. They're like, oh no, where is it? But they have to click one more spot, that little spot below the name, and there it is exactly as the preview. If a student's teacher is not using the planner and they click there, I'll try to show you, because actually I looked at Blake's and nobody is. If I go to US History and I click the name of the class, you will just get grades. You'll just get the assignments. So if a student, if you're going to use the lesson planner, they should click the name of your class and then one extra click below it. If they're just looking for their grades and their assignments, they should click the %. So that's just a way, if you're wondering how do I get my PowerPoint up there so they can access it, how do I get my files, it's not really an assignment, try using the lesson planner. Thanks everybody, hang in there.